Well, good evening and welcome back after a week gone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt Nipris. We are bringing you the final round of the Shakedown Sim Racing ACC GT3 series. Joining me in the commentary box tonight is, as ever, Tyler Craig, the ever reliable Tyler, and presumably we should have Naptic, joining us soon. Tyler, how are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad.
So, Spa-Francorchamps. And it's wet, as Rook has just said in chat. Going to be some carnage. There's going to be some carnage, you know it.
Yeah, I've seen people already get loose at the Camel Kink.
The Camel Kink, which one's that one? Is that just before Rouge?
That's after Radion.
Ah, okay. Oh, yes. That particular part of the circuit, yeah, that is nasty in the rain. It just pools water, and then, yeah, you're just a passenger, really. I remember my brother Chris, we did a 6-hour race here, and it rained, and yeah, a lot of times we were just passengers at that particular corner. So really going to be a test for tonight's drivers. Love to see it. So anyway, let's bring up some times. There we are. That's the right one we got. So 11 drivers already in the server. That's promising. That's promising. Usually get.
We got a Porsche, yes.
Yes, we have one Porsche. It is Sam Bracken. Yes, that's right. I forgot you're a bit of a Porsche fanboy.
Yeah, I am the Porsche fanboy.
You mentioned that maybe once or twice, I think. I can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep mentioning it.
Well, you've actually committed to joining WEC with GT Club in the Porsche, I hear.
Yes.
Very good.
Very good. I love the car. It's amazing.
I have to say, the RSR is definitely one of the best sounding race cars in the world. And also, good evening to Danny Fraser. Still rocking the old school Aston. Love to see it.
Best Aston.
Best Aston. So, currently watching Aaron Muriel in rather strong. Actually, I quite like this pattern of colours on the GTR. It looks pretty good. He's currently 8th in the session, but the man on top is Dylan Lester. And hi, Matt. He's changed his car. He's gone to the Aston this time. He's ditched the Beamer, and he's given me a little bit of a shout out there with the team name. I'd love to see it. So yeah, Dylan currently on top. Let's see if I can't bring some times up. So yeah, he has done a 2:36.652. That's not bad, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty tight between Rice and Matterford. Not much between those guys, and we have Cameron Norris, Rob Noble. I think it's Rob Noble. Nicholas Macbeth in the Lexus, and Paul Huddy in the McLaren. Last of the drivers has actually set a time. Very easy to exceed track limits around this circuit, especially at Radio No Rouge.
Muriel's team name might be of attention to you. Bunning Sanger Racing.
I can't believe I did not see that. I actually read his name down the corner. How did I miss that? That is best team name that I've ever heard. Honestly, we're gonna have to keep looking. Hello, broadcast again as usual from Nicholas Macbeth. Any other bangers that you've seen so far?
That's the only one that I've actually looked at because it's pretty good.
We're gonna go hunting, right?
Hello broadcast.
Yeah,
by Macbeth.
Yep. Bill Gates Racing, Jared Matterford. That's what he's been running the entire season. That's a Shakedown special event. That's Danny Fraser, who's going for a little ice skating session by the looks of things. Into where's that? Oh, I can't remember the name of the. Not
Go on. Is it? No.
No. Nesball's Wheelie Sports. Okay. That's not bad. I rate that a solid 8 out of 10. Wheelie Sports. Nomad Racing. It's professional. It's professional. Good to see Adrian Rice back in the server. And back out there circulating. As Dylan Lester's dropped the well, raised the bar a little bit. He's gone 2:35.070. Let's see, Power Sim Sport, another professional one. The Shadow Realm for Cameron Norris. We have one in pit lane, Fly Program Racing. That's Sam Bracken. Well, let's have a look at Jared Matterford because he's pushing Dill Lester at the moment in the Aston. And, he's looking pretty smart at the moment. Any other drivers that are standing out to you in this, well, first practice session of the night?
I mean, they're all driving pretty good for the wet, I reckon.
Well, yeah, I mean, to keep the car on the circuit around this track in these conditions is an achievement in itself, that's for sure. And, you know, hang on a second. I just want to point something out very quickly. I just noticed it then. How are the spectators? They're just standing there, you know, casually. This guy in weird shorts. It's pouring down rain. He doesn't care. Not a single umbrella. You know these guys are committed. Look at him.
Stand there casual, yeah.
Yeah, all casually. The marshal's working hard, waving a green flag for no reason. Oh no, we have a reason. There's a car off the circuit. That looks like it is at the exit of Radian. That's Paul Huddy. And then, just I'll say that, Adrian Ross has binned it at... Oh god, I can't remember any of these corner names. I used to know them off the top of my head.
I've got most of them down packed. I've got a few corners that I don't really remember.
I know La Source, that's the hairpin, and then obviously Eau Rouge and Radian. You're not a racing fan if you don't know what those corners are. I know No Name, or it's either Speaker's Corner or No Name, and then you got Puhon after that.
I've got a trap mate up, so I can...
Oh, okay, there you go. That's good. Glad you're saving me there.
Yep.
Now I know there's Lachamont and... Oh, there's one more.
The bus stop.
Yeah, that's it. No, I think there's one more because currently watching Cameron Norris. He's approaching these chicanes. I just cannot...
Compass, they're called.
The Campus, that's right, yeah. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler saving the stream, as usual.
And then Stavilo after that.
Stavlot, yes. Struggling with these track names. We'll be passing over all our broadcasting duties to Tyler because he seems to know more than me.
I don't know that much.
Apparently know more than me. Alright, let's swap to a full track.
Oh, we got a second Porsche, yes! 2 Porsches, one night, let's go! Yes!
Yes, good to see that we have got a new face in the server, Frank Papelio. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, Frank. That is actually not a bad looking Porsche, to be honest.
Any Porsche looks good.
If you can keep them going in the right direction, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Always got to get that little shot in. Oh, speaking of glory, V12 Aston going through Radian Rouge. That not looking very stable though. Oh, he hit that big puddle of water at Camel. Yeah, lucky he kept that going in a straight line.
Oh, Tokyo drifting through there.
Oh yeah. Get it. Oh yeah, this car is not looking happy tonight. Danny Fraser showing commitment with the Aston, and we're talking the Vantage V12 GT3. I'm liking this because you watch his steering inputs. He's just getting it pointed straight and he goes.
Yeah.
I was about to compliment him because I was quite impressed with how he exited that downhill long right hander. Which name always escapes me for some reason.
Russell's,
that's it. Because he just sort of straightened the wheel and just let the rear just turn it on the exit. It was absolutely glorious, and then he goes and bins it right there. Speaking of, we do need to give that a solid 2 bins out of 5. The bar is the raising for the bins, I have to say.
Oh, has he kept it? Yep, he has. Oh, he's just
still
showboating
going.
now.
Yeah, he is
no.
showboating, and
Yeah.
well, there's no point in him trying to keep going because yeah, the car would be damaged by this stage. So I'd say that. Oh, there we go. We're into the next session, the final practice session before we get into qualifying. In fact, while we are waiting, let's return to garage and we'll have a look at what we've got lined up for you tonight. So, obviously, after this 20-minute practice session, we go into qualifying for 10 minutes, and then it's a 1-hour race. Are you sitting there nice and comfy, Tyler?
Yes.
Got yourself a nice beverage.
I've only got 1 drink in the fridge, so.
Oof. Yeah, you're underage. I was about to say get on to Jimmy Brings, but no, you're underage. Do not encourage. We do not encourage underage
I've
drinking.
seen the horrors anyway.
That's okay. Naptic will be in soon, I hope, and he'll for sure have a drink in his hand, so he can drink for both of us. So as we look at Frank Papalio, someone in chat, correct me if I've got getting this wrong, but it looks like he is a new face to the series, and certainly a name I don't recognise. It has stopped raining, although more rain is on the way according to that forecast up in the top right. So I think I've probably got yeah, I've got my damn event list covering that, so hang on. There we go, fixed it. Now you can see the weather conditions up in the top right corner. So track is damp at the moment, 21 degrees air temperature and 26 degrees track temperature. And we are expecting more rain in the next 30 minutes. That'll keep things alive.
Yeah. I thought Papelio just binned it there, but
No. He was close to it, and in fact I think he's gonna just park it for a moment there. And so is Aaron. So we'll focus on Adrian Ross in I think that's another new livery for him with the Beamer.
I'm gonna have to not watch him because Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
my eyes bleached.
Front of the car. You know, it's actually I hate to say it, but it is actually growing on me. I mean, the rear wing.
What is wrong with you?
Well, now I look at it, the rear wing just looks ridiculous. It looks really, really tall, doesn't it?
Just everything about the car just looks wrong apart from the rear.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't look too bad with blue. I don't mind it.
Definitely need black on the front bumper just to cover up just that eye soreness.
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
Cover up that grill. Yeah, but well, it's certainly been quite quick in this league, that's for sure. Although last time out it was James Honor who absolutely blitzed them in the McLaren at Zolder. So and he is back in the server, which is good to see, out there cutting laps for everyone. In fact, let's have a look at our previous winner, James Honor in the Optimum Motorsport McLaren. He knows where all the damp patches are on this circuit, I would say, given that line. So I think we might ride on board with James Honor, and we'll get Tyler to do his thing with the track walk around. I'm giving you plenty of warning. You got half a lap to find James Honor.
That's the problem.
Okay. Well, well, we've got plenty of time. We've got plenty of time just sort of maybe talk about what these drivers should be expecting. By the sounds of things, it's going to be changing weather conditions because, well, actually, I can see 30 minutes. It's going to be heavy rain plus. So,
Oh, so it's going to be a monsoon, alright.
yeah, track's going to be flooded. It's going to be great.
Oh, is it going to be like that, was it WEC race where it actually snowed during the race or something?
I was more thinking Formula 1 last year where Nikita Mazepin actually got fastest for the race.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So we're almost ready to start this track walk around. Tyler, you're ready, warmed up. You got your notes prepared for this this track walkthrough.
Notes.
Notes.
I meant some notes.
Yeah.
Let me just change the camera to on board. There we go.
Alright, so take it away, Tyler Craig, for the cursed lap of Spa.
Alright, so coming onto the front straight, you want to spin the tyres nice and good. Try and almost spin, but not quite. Smash it down the front straight, look to your left, forget where the braking zone is, and then you want to bring it in. Make sure the rear kind of stuffs you up mid-corner, and then run all the way out to the tyre wall. You then want to cut through right next to the wall, maybe brush it just a little bit, and then through Eau Rouge you want to cut the corner up to Radion, again cut the corner almost to the tyre wall, then you want to go to the other side to the other tyre wall, and then maybe graze it, maybe ruin your lap that way, and then down Kemmel Straight you just want to keep weaving, warm those tyres up for Les Combes, where you want to brake extremely late, get the rear to spin you out, cut both corners, and then run wide onto the extra tarmac. And then you want to, again, run wide onto the gravel, stuff up your lap into the tyre wall. And then this off-camber corner, you just want to straight line it, because you can straight line hairpins. And then you go into No Name, where, yeah, you just turn in, that's about it. And then you come down into Pouon. You want to go all the way to the right on the grass, and then you want to brake pretty much on the AstroTurf. Go out all the way to the tyre wall. He's just keeping it too tight here. Just want to keep it on the tyre wall. Just always on the tyre wall. Now, onto campus, you want to just turn in and turn in again. There's not much really to these corners, I don't think. And yeah, it's about it. And then what Stavilo, you just want to hit the gravel trap, because at this point your lap's already ruined. Cut the corner and then just run wide onto the extra pavement, because in better line that way. Now you just want to straight line it, maybe half throttle halfway through because you're just bored. Now coming into Blanchimont, you just want to drift your way around it, because you're bored to tears at this point. Now into the bus stop again, reverse entry into this corner, and then reverse entry again into the left-hander, and then stuff up your exit and cry your way to the pit lane.
You know, just quietly, I think you do a lot better when I throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
I gave you time to repair, and there was a lot less tears I noticed on this lap.
I mean, it's Spa. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of places to get hurt by this circuit. One of the places is right here, Eau Rouge, Blanchimont, and Radion. Jeez, Blanchimont is completely other side of the circuit there.
Yep.
Whoa, James, keep it on track, please. Yeah, that is a very easy corner to get wrong, because it's so easy for the front under tray and to bottom out, and you lose all your aero grip at that point. That was certainly something, an issue that my brother and I had in the 6 hour. We just could not get the car to stop bottoming out through Eau Rouge.
Speaking of no grip, the rain has just started to fall.
Certainly has. So any hope that we had of any dry running is now gone. I would say that 2:27.4 will be the quickest time of the session. That was by Dill Lester. Rob Noble has done pretty well up ahead. He's put himself second fastest in the session so far. And it's good to see a couple of the silver drivers are up there as well. And well, James Honor, I don't think he should be classed as silver, but whatever. But Papelio, he's certainly I would say the best of the silvers at the moment. And then Paul Huddy in the top 5 as well. So silver drivers are outpacing some of the pro drivers already.
I mean, it is going to be wet, so you would expect to see a mixed grid.
Yeah, that is true. Wet weather, it is the great equaliser, that's for sure. Ooh, Noble gets it very wide going through Blanchemont. So, that's another...
Just use all the extra tarmac.
Well, that is a very easy place to ruin your lap because it's so easy to exceed track limits, and it's one of the most frustrating things in the world because the track limits are very, very tight there. Let's have a look and see who is doing quite well. Oh, Danny Fraser, I have to say, he's performing quite well. He's just put his Aston into the top 5. That's good to see.
Probably got a bit of a dry lap as well, so that would have helped.
Probably. Our track is still damp though, so it's not wet. But you know, give it about 10 minutes, I'd say. Rain increasing.
10 minutes left.
Rain increasing, and that's going to carry over to the next session. Love to see it. So we may see that the Aston of Danny Fraser might be a threat in these conditions. What do you reckon?
I mean, anything's possible in the wet.
You say that like as though Danny normally doesn't have a chance.
I mean, it is an older car,
Yeah,
and it is a V12, and V12s and wet don't really go well together.
Blasphemy. V12s go with everything.
Fair enough.
No argument. I like that.
I mean, he is just drifting around the place, so he might have a chance.
Well, I think the more confidence you have in the wet and the more you're willing to push the limits of control, I think the faster and better you will go.
So that's why I wasn't good in the wet. Alright.
There we go. So unfortunately, I have a sneaking suspicion that Danny Fraser is not running very high traction control on that Aston. No, he definitely is not.
Would it even have traction control?
That's a very good question. It's got ABS at least. It possibly has... Hang on. See. Oh, he's on traction control 0. Yep, that'll do it. You can't say he's not having a go. Certainly not the quickest way around at the moment. Jared Matterford in the much more docile sounding Aston. That sounds cranky in its own right. He's about to cross the line. He goes 8th fastest, but yeah, changing conditions. It'll be interesting to see what qualifying throws the drivers tonight, whether they have a dry track and then changing weather conditions.
I mean, if it is the same as what the session is, it would probably just be a damp first few minutes, so at least get a lap in with that.
Well, that'll be the thing. If it's a damp circuit or a greasy circuit, you'd think that everyone will be rushing to get on track to get a good time, as Matterford almost demonstrates a classic Radian bin. And, oh, no! No, that is not how you're supposed to take Camel. And he slaps into the fence another time. He was going for 3 bins there, I'd say. So I'm going to give him 4.
I think he took it perfectly.
Yeah, that was... In a curse lap, perhaps.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, Paul Huddy. He's been having quite a strong season, if I'm not mistaken. Part of the McLaren gang.
Best name.
Yes, indeedy.
We've got 4 McLaren actually. I wonder if they'll all stick together tonight.
Quite possibly, and you never know with these McLaren folk. They, yeah. They're a bit interesting. And as you can see, the lap times are dropping, so Paul Huddy only managing a 2:35.7. So no one's really going to gain anything except for wet weather testing, which I would say would be very important, given the current conditions. Which, although in saying that, 30 minutes time, the rain will be easing. Oh, that is Danny Fraser, who has just binned himself coming out of pit lane. Easy thing to do, because this track has got one of the longest pit lanes in history. And, well, very easy just to head out of pit lane on freezing cold tyres, even though you've just come out of your pit box. Though I think I've noticed they've moved all the pit boxes down to the end of pit lane. Pretty sure that's right, because yeah, I remember that you had to traverse the entire pit lane, and it was irritating.
I mean, you still have to enter in the pits
Oh,
through.
yeah.
Still a long way.
Well, it's better than what it was before, at least like during practice when you're trying to get out and do as many laps as you can and make as many changes as you can. You can at least get out on track quickly now, rather than go, ugh, I got to traverse down this pit lane at 50 kilometers per hour.
I'll just turn around and exit through the bus stop.
Pretty certain that actually sends you back to your pit box or kicks you. Gets you disqualified.
I would just say no to that.
Yeah, 0 out of 10 would not recommend.
I would.
So we'll follow Aaron Muriel for a little while in clearly the best GT3 car out there.
No, the Porsche is.
No. Listen. Listen here, mate.
Alright.
Well, right on board now. I'm actually going to go out on a limb here. I reckon Muriel is going to feature, because the Nissan is very strong in wet weather conditions. He'll at least feature for silver, that's for sure.
Yeah, it looks pretty stable through the wet conditions.
Well, it's ranked highly as one of the best cars for stability under brakes, and also one of the best for acceleration too, but it's a little bit fiddly with the setup. Not sure if you've done many laps in ACC, but the GTR, you tend to be able to take some corners where other cars need to go back to first, you can take them in second.
Just got a bit more torque than most other cars then.
Probably has something to do with those two hair dryers on each side of the engine. Unfortunately, Aaron has not got that lap right. So we're going to swap over to Nicholas Macbeth instead. Macbeth a little bit out of position on the timing tower. Expect him to be a little bit further up when we swap over to qualifying in about 50 seconds time. I guess while we are waiting, I guess we better talk about what's coming up on this channel in the next, well, for this week. So we got a few big events, as Nicholas Macbeth gives us a big event right there at Radian. So this Friday night, it is the long-awaited TA2 series with GT Club. Super excited for that one. That is going to be huge. Round 1 at Watkins Glen. So make sure you hit the follow button if you don't want to miss that. And then Sunday night, we are back with AK Racing for V8 Supercars. And Tyler, you're racing in that one. So I'm sure you're very excited for Albert Park.
Not really, no.
I've heard they've remodeled it actually as well.
Yeah, it is a good track. I just don't think V8 Supercars and Albert Park really mix too well.
Yeah, it is a very fast and flowing circuit.
It just feels like you got most supercar tracks are more tight and technical where you like stop starting, and this is just more flowing. Just doesn't really feel right.
No, let's look at it this way. It's the same track for everyone. So yeah. And how's this for the same track for everyone? It's a green track. The sun is out. The sun is shining, and not a drop of water on the circuit.
This will be interesting. It's probably going to be a wet race now, isn't it?
Maybe. Even though the forecast is showing clearing, you never know what the race will bring. That's on the Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. This would be Saturday morning? No idea, actually. I might just quickly check that. Yeah, Saturday morning. And then the race is on Sunday morning. So, yeah, weather conditions in 24 hours could be completely different to what we're seeing right now. Anyway, as Paul Huddy, he is leading Cameron Norris just behind him in the 666 Shadow Realm McLaren. So, what sort of times do you reckon we should expect to see from these guys? I mean, I know that a sub 218 is getting close to alien times. Well, I suspect these days the aliens are in the 216s.
No, they're probably hitting under 2 minutes now. Yeah.
No, I don't think Philippa and Andy O'Hara are that good yet.
They will be that good soon, though.
Maybe. Sure, I wasn't expecting 58s to be possible at Suzuka, but then Philippa Bakita just goes out and does it in race pace. It's demoralising, but you know, whatever. Anyway, so Paul Huddy gets us started with the first flying lap. We'll see how he goes through Eau Rouge. Are we going to hear a lift here in Quali Trim, you reckon? Yes.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that. Track conditions just aren't there yet. Obviously, there's no rubber down through Eau Rouge. Yeah, be a very brave person who takes Eau Rouge Radian flat out in Quali Trim, I reckon.
Yeah, you can't quite get these cars flat out through there, can't you?
I think you can if you're particularly confident with your car. You can get it down to just a little half lift, but you're still running the risk of running wide and exceeding track limits, as I believe Cameron Norris has done. As you can see on the track map, his little locator dot on the map is blue. That means he is not on a valid lap, so he's probably exceeded track limits at Radian, I'd say. J-Bosch Games, Wreckfest on the weekend. Ooh, not yet, mate. We're still sorting things out, but Ruka and I have been in discussions, and we've got some pretty exciting things possibly on the horizon for Wreckfest. Maybe some qualifying, maybe some proper racing, I don't know. But,
Sounds interesting.
yeah, it might be a proper rallycross night. never know.
I'll be down for that.
I know you'll be down for that. We'll have you in commentary as well, so you can be racing around and screaming.
Yeah.
That was quality. That was quality content. So, what sort of time can we expect from Paul Huddy, you reckon?
I'm gonna go with a 120 for a first lap. Never
Nope,
mind.
never mind. He has exceeded track limits, and that's a creative line through the bus stop. That's actually going to stuff his next lap too. So Cam Norris will get in front, but first man to actually set a time will be Jared Matterford, and keep an eye on this guy. He's going to be stupidly competitive. 2:22.9. That's not a bad banker. He can definitely do better. This guy is proper quick. And just to prove me right, Macbeth a 22.9. So maybe Matterford not that far off it. And we better find Dill Lester, because he'd be one that I'd pick to go to the top of the pile on his opening lap. I find it interesting that Dill has actually swapped over to the Aston. He was going quite well in the Beamer.
As he goes top.
Yeah, 2:21.7. That's quite a good time.
See how the best Aston goes. He hasn't stuffed up his lap.
He's still going across the line. It's going to be a 2:24.2, so maybe not as much confidence through Rouge and Radian. That takes some commitment, that's for sure. See if we can find someone. Yeah, James Honor. He's down in 4th place. I honestly expected a little bit better from him, considering his dominant performance at Zolder a week ago. And, well, James Honor, he is not a flash in the pan sort of driver. He is consistent. Right on board with Honor, actually. As he heads through the campus. Nice and smooth. This is what you want to see. Nice smooth inputs, no jerking of the wheel. Confidence when he's applying the throttle. It's almost poetry in motion, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I've got to be careful with getting too greedy on the entry for Rashomon. Very easy to get a track limit warning at that point. Stewards are very, very, very strict on track limits here. He crosses the line, and he's not too far off Dill Lester's time. That's as close as you want to get. You've got to be so precise on this circuit, though, with how long it takes to get around the circuit. If you exceed track limits, one too many times, you're going to run out of chances to get in a lap, and that's certainly the case for Cam Norris, Sam Bracken, who still hasn't left pit lane, interestingly, and Marshall. Forget his first name, but Justin Marshall. That's him. So, in fact, I think Sam Bracken is going to be starting rear of field for this race, because he's not going to get around to set a time. But, a driver like Cam Norris, he'll be absolutely desperate to get this lap in. He may even have time to actually get one more lap in. So use this lap for a
pushing
banker.
it, maybe. I reckon it could be pushing it.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, you might be right, actually. Oh, we have someone who has binned it at... That is Danny Fraser. He has managed to bin it, unfortunately, at Radian. Or maybe he pulled over, I don't know. I would say he binned it, though. But not a bad effort from the old Aston. 7th. 2.3 off the pace. Cam Norris is actually still on a valid lap, so we'll see what he can get down to. So he exits the bus stop chicane. He's got Paul Huddy right behind him. Oh, we have another driver to start off rear of field, and that's Bradley. Norris goes up to 4th, and he drags Huddy up to 6th with him. Oh, Maverick to the top of the 2:21.3. That is a quick time for Jared. And he's got time for another lap too.
We got Leicester coming in as Horner goes top with a 21.1.
Let's bring up Dill. He's about to finish a lap. Rob Noble, unfortunately, unable to improve. He's just outside of the top 10, and Dylan Lester unable to improve. He does improve his time, but he doesn't improve his position, so he's going to be a little bit disappointed with that for sure. John Slow up to 5th, I want to say. I don't think he improved. Or
Yeah, he didn't improve, nah. Rice is next across the line. He's just come out of Blanchimont.
Yeah, he's coming into the bus stop now. Unfortunately, Justin Marshall has binned it on his last chance for a flying lap, so he's going to start at the back with Bracken and Bradley. But Adrian Rice, he does improve, but unable to get closer, or unable to improve on his position. But Matterford, he doesn't need to do another lap, but he's going for it. Oh, actually, he does. He's off second. So he tips it through the campus chicane.
I don't think he'll make it.
He will. He will.
Got the wait time. He closed.
Oh, he exceeded track limits going through Stavlot. And there we go. It's pouring down rain.
We have some wet conditions.
Ah.
Remember that cars are slippery. Watch
Oh
your
no, do we start at the bottom of Eau Rouge?
Oh, it's okay. It's a rolling start. Don't forget. But, let's run through the... Okay, we can't do that. Well, let's run through the grid for you. So, James Honner will start off of pole position. Next to him will be Jared Matterford. We have Dylan Lester and Adrian Rice off of the second row. Row 3, we'll see Cam Norris and John Slow. Paul Huddy and Nicholas Macbeth off of row 4. Surprising to see Nicholas Macbeth so far down. I was sort of expecting him to be a little bit further up. Danny Fraser, a good effort for him in the V12 Vantage. He's into the top 10. Frank Papelio in the first of the Porsche 911s. He scrapes into the top 10. Rob Noble in 11th. Aaron Muriel in one of the Nissans. He's starting off of 12th. Row 7 will have Bracken, Marshall, and then Bradley will start rear of field. The last 3 drivers did not set a time.
I'm gonna say a strange question, but will we get through Rouge and Radion clean?
I have a
My
feeling...
guess is no.
Well, I mean, the start is fairly late for these rolling starts, so they may not be carrying as much pace into Eau Rouge, so we might get away with it.
It is wet though.
It is wet, but you know they're not as fast as what they would normally be going, so they may get away with it. I don't know, what do you guys at home think?
I think carnage.
Interesting tactic here by James. He's well, actually, I think it's the rest of the field that are sort of forcing James into having a slow warm-up lap. In fact, one car has not gotten away, and that is Sam Bracken. He is still on the start-finish line. So I don't know if he is AFK, but I hope he gets back into the rig and gets going.
That was Bradley, wasn't it?
522. Oh yes, it's Bradley.
Yeah.
My mistake. So it's my mistake to Sam.
Oh, he's joined back. That'll be a start from pit lane, wouldn't it?
No. Oh yes, he's if he's in pit lane, then yeah. So I guess we should pick the potential winner out of all this, because it's going to be quite a tight race, I think. But who are you liking?
Stephen Bracken, actually.
Sam Bracken.
Cause Sam Bracken, whatever. Yeah, Stephen. I'm just gonna call him Steve now.
Professional commentary team here. Professional
Yeah.
commentary.
Yeah. I mean, I only see the initial, so it's Steve. Anything, the first name that starts with an S that comes to my head, that's his name.
Okay, so Chris Bradley, I think it is. He left the server and now he's come back in. So I don't know. Maybe he's having some technical issues with his wheel or something along those lines.
It wasn't in where you spawn. It looked like he moved a bit, and then something obviously wasn't right.
Well, he's going to have to start from pit lane. Probably not a bad idea, though, given that first corner is Eau Rouge Radion. Well, Honor is backing these guys up a little bit now, as we should get ready to go into double formation. We'll just go into helicopter view, and we'll watch these guys go 2 by 2 any second now. Well, actually, no, they've still got plenty of time. What am I talking about? Of course, the start line, very different to the finish line here at Spa, because Belgian, I suppose.
I think we have a Naptic that just joined.
Do we have a Naptic?
Yes, indeed you do.
Ah, welcome, Naptic.
How we going? Just in time.
Just in time indeed. And first question of the stream, do you have a drink in your hand?
Yeah, but it's only a cup of water at this stage.
Oh my.
I just about said no.
Water with pure alcohol in?
No, that'd be called vodka.
Ah.
Don't want to let anyone down.
Oh,
At this stage, there's a bit, just for a cup, just for the daily intake. Stay healthy.
yeah, good to stay hydrated, especially when we're coming into winter. That's cold and flu season.
It's winter every day of the year here.
Ah, right, yeah. You're not in Canberra. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're getting set for a start. We've had a little bit of a prediction. I reckon we're going to get through Eau Rouge Radion clean.
I don't think we are.
It is pouring down rain. Not sure if you noticed, but here we go. We are racing. It's a pretty strong start from James Honor. I don't think Madiford was quite up beside him, as far up beside him as he needed. And we have one car almost around. That is Rob Noble, but he's managed to keep it pointing in the straight line. So, hey, what do you know? Shakedown Sim Racing gets through Radion Eau Rouge cleanly. Always knew they would.
I think, yeah, we've got Macbeth trying to go on the inside of slow. He makes it look Yeah, he makes it pretty clean.
Tip it through the La Source chicane. Danny Fraser has a pretty decent start. He's up to 8th. Slows it coming under pressure from Cam Norris. Norris, I think, has had a shocking start. I think he was up in the top 5 at the start, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was 5th, I think. Got the best Aston behind him as well.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Do you reckon the older car might have a bit of an advantage in these wet conditions?
Depending if he has traction control on or not.
I reckon we'll see good things out of it here. Let's say this is the first time I saw it really shine was Bathurst, rainy day there, and it just read past us like standing still. That was quick in the rain at Bathurst at least. So will be interesting to see if that translates to Spa, the big straight to rev it out to, for sure.
Well, Slow's lost it a little bit. He's under pressure from Cam Norris, who's gone too wide, coming up to Blanchemont.
He's up to the B pillar on the big Bentley. It's Brave going too wide through Lachemont. They've managed to sort themselves out though, which is good to see. And we've had no carnage on this first lap. I think everyone's well, we're almost at the end of the first lap. In fact, we are at the end of the first lap as James Honor, our race leader, crosses the line. He's taking Dill Lester with him.
Or Norris around the outside. Or a lot of understeer going through there.
Oh, he's got the drive though, and he will streak past the Bentley. So Cam Norris, that is a very tidy move around the outside of La Source.
I might want to check his engine after that. That's a bit...
No, it's legit.
Doesn't look like it.
Danny Fraser! Keep it together, son! Keep it together, son! Oh, brilliant save! That is a cancelled bin right there. But he's going to be a little bit vulnerable here because Frank Papelio and Paul Huddy, they're having a battle now. That mistake from Fraser, that'll bring those guys onto the back of him.
Ooh, bit of a push there by the McLaren.
I think that was just Porsche doing Porsche things.
Oh, looks like the McLaren are going to go at it again.
What do you know? You can't leave them alone with each other, can you?
The McLaren in a Porsche sandwich. That sounds alright.
And a Nissan topping.
Yeah.
Oh no! Huddy and Rob!
Oh no! Ooh!
Into Pujon side by side. This is brave stuff. You see Danny Fraser just re-entering the circuit. Actually, where has he gone? He has binned it. Oh, that didn't last long. I thought. I wonder if he's still running 0 on TC. I would say he is. What do you guys reckon? As soon as he moves his hand, what do you reckon? Yeah, TC 0. What do you know?
I mean, if that's how he's doing it in practice, I don't think you'd want to change it, really.
Definitely keen.
Oh, Dill Lester has actually taken the lead. He's leading from James Honor. Just then, Honor very, very sideways, going through. Oh, who's that? Who's spinning? That's Jared Matterford. Guy I was talking up. I have laid the commentator's curse on him. I'm going to have to send him a couple of Cokes or something in the post. Now, big important question, has he kept that car off the fence? And I think he has. Oh, he's got a little bit of damage. Hopefully that's just cosmetic.
Oh, we got a double move for... What's that? 7th. Oh no, here we go.
Little bit of contact there. Papelio, and I want to say that was Noble as well. Big
That would have
winner
hurt
out of
the Porsche badly.
And the big winner out of that was Paul Huddy. So Huddy just picked his way through all that. Oh, a lot of people exceeding track limits. It's too early to take those risks through Erosion Gradient.
Wonder how much damage that Porsche has now.
Lots. Let's have a look at the front of it. Yes, lots is the answer. Bonnet is flapping around. There's a massive dent in the front bar. I think the front bar is actually wobbling around a little bit, so that's not ideal. And there's a couple of scuff marks on the back of the car, but that's okay. Two mandatory pit stops for this race, so plenty of time for Frank to go in, get it repaired, and not lose too much time. Quickly try and find our two leaders, Dill Lester and James Honor. They're still reasonably close to each other. Rice has just closed up a heap on both of them, really. So we may see fast lap of the race for Adrian Rice. And what were we talking about before the start of the race, that we might have changing conditions, as it has stopped raining.
For now.
For now. Well, we've only got 15-minute predictions now, for some reason. The question will be, how quickly does this track dry out?
I reckon it'll take a while, considering how big it is.
Well, it's also the change in elevation, isn't it?
Oh, we got Bracken on Huddy coming into the source. It looks like he's going to get that done before... Oh,
Going to go
well,
the
he's
long way
gone
round.
wide.
That's the go-kart line. It worked for Cam Norris on John Slow. It hasn't quite worked out for Sam Bracken, but
Oh, this is going to end well.
that's going to work out perfectly, because one of them is going to be the bigger man and back out of it.
Oh, the bigger man's the one that usually takes the move, isn't it?
Probably
Nah.
not. Yeah, probably not at this stage of a 1 hour race. No.
I would have kept it in.
You're only young.
He's indestructible. That's why. Young and indestructible.
Yeah, yeah. The only one that can destroy me is the Humminator.
He does that quite regularly, doesn't he?
Yeah, he done that to me in the first race of the Supercars and almost the second race.
Oh, in a race. Yeah, yeah. Well, they actually handled pretty well. I thought that Porsche, the McLaren's getting jiggly.
Ooh. Yeah, I've noticed that there's a little bit of wobbling going on with the Honda McLaren. Maybe he's just tried to fine-tune something that's just gone a little bit too far.
Hey, the Porsche does look quite good in black. I'll give it that note. The car of Rice.
Bracken it would be.
Ah, yeah, Bracken.
Yeah.
That Porsche Beamer.
Porsche. Well, I joke about this a bit now. The BMW from the side, it looks a bit like the Bentley. From the back, it looks like the Lexus.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
a combo car.
Yeah. That reminds me of. I'm not sure if you guys have ever been to Summer Nuts, but there was this guy that kept on bringing this. Well, I saw it once. It had the front end of a Falcon, the rear end of a Commodore, and then he put. It was like a. It was like a Frankenstein of cars, and it was interesting. Let's just put it that way. We're already seeing people diving for water offline, so maybe this track is drying out faster than what we expected.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Well, the sun is out and forecast is saying clearing.
Yeah, looks like there's a bit of dry line on the straights as well.
Let's head back and check in with the McLaren group. Well, only one McLaren in this group now. Oh, Aaron Muriel in the Bunnings Sanger racing car. Oh, Nissan.
Alio followed him as well.
You can get away with it if you're off throttle, but if you keep the boot into it, then you get a track limit warning. And, well, with 48 minutes left, I can tell you right now, it's not fun around this track trying to, you know, not get any more track limit strikes on this track. It's not fun. Wouldn't recommend. So Frank Papelio, he's doing...
Oh, no, there's
Oh, there's a...
And so that was Paul Huddy. He lost it in front of Matterford, and I think Matterford, we'll find, had nowhere to go except into the side of Paul Huddy. So that's a bit of a shame for Paul. He was driving really well, I have to say.
Yeah, the McLarens don't look too good in the wet conditions.
How much more damage has been put on the front of the number 8 Aston?
I mean, not enough to really affect him too much, it looks like.
Well, we might have a quick look at that replay, provided that we have nothing else to look at. Well, we actually have something interesting to look at here. We've got Matterford trying to pass Papelio, heading up towards La Chamon. I love that. I love the name. La Chamon. Just rolls off the tongue. Ooh. Oh, Muriel going into pit lane early. Is that going to be an early change for slick tyres?
Yeah, the track's just gone damp, yeah.
Yeah, just drawing out quick.
Indeed.
Yeah, give it another lap or two and it'll be dry, I reckon.
Too early, I think. The track will still just have too much moisture on it to get the slicks up to temperature. Unless Muriel really drives it hard. Oh, look at them. They're all crossing Radian. They're all getting the track limit warnings.
No, that's just the racing line.
Interesting battle here. We've got Cam Norris, who's fighting back slowly. He's on the back of Nicholas Macbeth. Macbeth, I'm a little bit surprised with. I thought he would be a little bit more competitive tonight. Maybe the Lexus just not agreeing with the Spa circuit.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Lexus is too agreeing with what he wants to do around this track.
Oh, look at that weather forecast. 15 minutes, it's going to rain again. So for poor Muriel, if he's jumped in for slick tyres, he's going to have a bad time. Oh, no, 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 no. Jared Matterford has binned it again. And he's actually going to drop behind the best Aston.
Oh, we got Macbeth diving into the pits.
In fact, I'm going to take a quick replay and find out if Matterford actually... There he is. He actually hit that spinning Paul Huddy. So Huddy's done it by himself, and yeah, bit of contact there. And we'll find out what he did. Oh, so he's up the inside of Papelio, and I don't know how you would call that one, because he definitely had the run coming off of Puhon. He's a long way back, and he's just sent it up the inside. Yeah,
Oh, he just broke later.
that's not how you do it.
It was close to.
No, not really. Need to be a little bit closer, but that's okay. That's okay. You'll live and learn. Live and learn. And Jared is improving. Also, Dill Lester into pit lane as well, so...
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of them diving in, looks like.
I wonder if they've noticed the rain.
Well, it might be a situation, you know, you got a 2 pit stop race in a 1 hour, and 1 hour race. Like, some guys would probably divide up into 20, 20, 20. So maybe they're at the end of their fuel window. Maybe they're gambling, having slicks on, then when it starts to rain, they swap back onto wets, take on heavier fuel. Maybe. I don't know.
Strategy.
Strategy.
That strategy is just something I normally guess and not actually consider, normally.
That is a great strategy.
Strategy
Yeah,
on the fly.
yeah.
It works.
I mean, it's worked for me so far in the series I've done.
90% of the time, it works half the time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Is that the actual quote? Am I
I think so.
misquoting? Oh, okay.
I think it is. I think it's like 60 or 80% of the time it works. I have Google here, let me check.
Yeah, can you look it up on YouTube? Yeah. So, tell you what, that old Aston's got a bit of punch in a straight line. He's left Jared behind.
Oh yeah, that's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see some drag racing.
Well, the old Aston is a bit of a drag car, isn't it? That big long nose on it.
I can confirm that it is 60% of the time.
It works every time. Okay, there you go. So we're starting to have the rest of the field cycle through their pit stops. Oh,
That's a good bite. Let off though. I think there's some practice strategy in it for their lift off, cut corner.
yeah. Well, that's how you get away with it. Apparently, you just cut the corner and get off the throttle.
You don't make no gain, you get no pain. I guess that's the.
Yeah, that works for me.
Fraser's gone a bit wide going into Lecom.
Yeah, Fraser's pushing pretty hard, I think, trying to stay in front of Matterford.
Yeah, I've seen him dive off the race line to get tyres a bit cooler on the wet patches, but I think in a few minutes time that's not going to really matter.
Well, you have to wonder with these guys that have stayed out late, are they looking at the weather conditions going, yeah, I could stay out.
It is a risky strategy, I reckon.
See if it pays off, Cod. Now, has Danny learned the lesson? Yes, he's gone to traction control 6, so 3, sorry. So that's good.
I would have just stayed with it off.
That was working so well for him. I can't see why he wouldn't do that.
I mean, he was doing pretty good drifts in some of the corners.
You got a couple of good style points out of that.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Style points. Oh, we have a car off. That was Justin Marshall. He's managed to keep it going, but he has got a lot of damage on the front of this car. Ooh, yes.
How's he
He's-
done that?
Well, he's done that coming out of the camel sweeper, so yeah, he's actually improved the front of this BMW. It looks better. Let's find out what happened to poor Justin. As soon as I find him. That's him. Right. Oh no, has he done it? He's done it out of pit lane. So he's... Oh, that is embarrassing.
Oh,
That'll be frustrating for him as well, because you've just made that long trek down pit lane, and now you got to do it all over again.
Yep, that will hurt. Making a self correction.
the track conditions have now gone from damp to greasy, so tyre choice will be a bit awkward at this point, I reckon.
Looking at the forecast, I would disagree. Maybe I don't know. I don't know, because knowing me, I would probably fuel for 25 minutes. I don't know. Would you try and go out there and wet weather tyres, knowing that the weather's going to change, and just try to nurse them for as long as you can, or would you just go onto slicks, do some quali laps, and then pit again?
I was wondering if they were going to be nursing now, just to get to the rain, but they're doing the best times. They're doing fast laps. They're running hard.
James Holland's dived into pit lane, so unfortunately we don't have any information of what tyres they're all on. Let's check in with the best Aston battle. Danny Fraser, he's doing pretty well to make this this V12 Vantage wider than the V8 Vantage.
He's actually been gaining on him a little bit over the last few laps.
He's denied us. He's dove into pit lane.
Wanted to see who had the advantage.
Well, he had the advantage apparently. But, I don't know if this is a battle for position. Frank Papelio and Paul Huddy. Yes, it is. Or Papelio runs a little bit wide going through Lacombe. And he's going to stick it around the outside. This is brave.
Ooh.
Huddy gives him a little bit of a hip and shoulder. Not too much, though. And Huddy will take over position 13.
Porsche's not letting up.
No, this is quite an entertaining battle.
Here's a big pit maneuver, but we've got 5 pit.
So everyone's at the end of their fuel window. They have no choice. They had to pit. It's going to be very frustrating for them because the sun has gone behind the clouds. And the rains are coming.
5 minutes.
Ooh, stepping up to heavy rain too.
Oh yeah.
Forecast.
Here we go. Oh jeez.
That Porsche's got a pretty good drive coming out of that corner.
That lot.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, there's a positional change.
Oh, Honor is off at La Source. Sorry, not La Source, Lacombe. God, too many La's here.
I do speak French as...
Oh,
there we go.
little bit of contact there.
I would say that's more than a little.
Easy to
There's
do,
a fair
though.
bit.
It depends on what Frank plays on, I suppose. See, it just looked like he lost where Huddy was. But I wouldn't be surprised to see this McLaren go flying past the Porsche down the Kemmel Straight.
Honda's just got the fastest lap of the race.
So here we go down the Kemmel Straight. Here comes Huddy up the
Oh,
inside
Honda's
of
gone off.
Papelio.
Honda's spun off that Davilo. Somehow.
Ooh, that'll hurt from first to bloody sixth. With an extra, the boys in front still got a pit, so yeah, that's a fair way down.
Well, I think if you're Cameron Norris or John Sobel slows into pit lane now, I reckon you'd be taking on another set of wets, really, looking at the sky, how quickly it's gotten dark.
You have to.
Have we got any other close battles out on circuit? Because I'm still watching Frank Papelio and Paul Huddy. Huddy's just starting to...
Yeah, say Huddy, they're pretty close. It's probably the closest.
Well,
One
say
five.
that, but Huddy's just showing a little bit of the Gappleby's menu to Papelio at the moment.
I want to see how Honda spun at Stavilo last lap, because that would have hurt him badly.
Well,
Well, it has actually.
well let's find out.
Oh, looks like Dylan's taken the time back at 127.5 flat.
So I've found the moment for James Honor. He's gone on the curb. Oh, okay, yeah, I think he's managed to... Oh, he's just clipped the wall a little bit, but he keeps it going. Yeah, the conditions are starting to get a little bit greasy. Ooh, look at that weather forecast. Rain getting heavier. Oh, no.
Torrential flooding on the way.
Where's Nikita Mazepin? He knows how to set the fastest lap of the race in these conditions.
Behind safety car.
So Dill Lesser, in fact, yeah, you're right. Fastest lap of the race. What was that lap? 2:27.5. Yeah.
27.5.
I'm very interested that. Oh wait, yeah, the race started wet. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
So is he doing that on wet? Because it's a... how slow is a wet tyre compared to...
Well, they would have been doing high 230s.
Oh, look out. Here's the 25s coming. 225.1 was the last time, and so did Rice.
Well,
And you,
well,
so the track's drying up.
well, Lester needs to put in these laps now. He's looking at that forecast and he's going...
There it is.
Oh, here it is. Right on cue. So the rain has started.
Oh, Macbeth's just heading into pits. One of you perfectly timed.
I'll tell you what, who's in the best position. It is, in fact, our race leader, Cam Norris, because he has not done a pit stop yet. Neither has Jared Matterford either. So what Norris and Matterford will be hoping for at this point will be that it starts raining and then it dries out later in the race. So everyone else has to make 3 pit stops, but they still only have to make 2. And right on cue, Cam Norris into pit lane. He's not waiting. He'll be absolutely begging to get off those tyres. They've done half the race. I'm sure he would have started on wet weather tyres too.
You got Huddy taking an interesting line at the bus stop again.
That sounds normal.
I mean, it is the correct line if you're talking to me, but
Yep, we remember your cursed track map. That's track lap.
Was he the bus?
He was the bus. Meanwhile, Papelio and Huddy, they're not letting go of each other at all. They're sort of glued to each other's hips, aren't they?
I thought they were going to go nose to tail through there then. They looked like they were right on each other.
I think Papelio's done enough this time through Eau Rouge Radian to keep the McLaren behind him this time. Where is Sam Bracken? Oh, he's up to 6th place. That's not a bad effort from Sam. He started rear of field. Let's actually bring up Sam. There he is. And the 529 Fly program racing Porsche 911. Didn't do a lap in qualifying, started rear of field, and currently sitting 6th. That's not a bad effort.
I did give him my vote for the race win,
Well, that's
if you remember.
true. That's true. So Nick Macbeth, he's the only driver in the field that has done every single pit stop as Sam dives into pit lane.
For his final stop.
Yep. And drive-through penalty for Muriel. That would be for speeding in pit lane, I reckon.
Yeah, so the strat is, if it stays raining for the next half an hour, the boys have
Which it
done
won't
alright.
be. In 15 minutes, apparently the heavy rain's going to slow down a bit.
Just rain.
We've got cars all traversing down pit lane. I see Dill Lester in pit lane. We've got
Yeah.
Adrian Rice as well.
So they'll be wanting this to be the last stop. So there'll be rains on and hope for rain. Where I'm guessing there was, who was it? Like Norris and Medford have just gone in. They can stop to put dries on if she dries up.
Well, Matterford still hasn't come in. He's out there.
He's still
on-
rocking.
Yeah, he's still rocking on absolutely stuffed wet weather tyres, but he's also got to repair some damage on this car, I would say. So I expect to see Jared into pit lane now. And he does go into pit lane. He takes out the cone.
Scrapes the wall.
Yeah, he tags the wall as well. Not his finest pit entry, that's for sure.
Oh, I'll give that a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. This is the provisional race leader, at least, Cam Norris. He still has one pit stop to go, but he should take the race lead by the end of this lap. Unfortunately, not many other battles going on out there. So we've got Adrian Ross and Dill Lester. They're pretty close together. And Sam Bracken and Macbeth, they're also pretty close together as well. So we might swap over to one of those battles. So we got Dill Lester. I think he's actually starting to drive away a little bit from Adrian. But we can still have a look at this battle here. Nicholas Macbeth, definitely not one of his better drives. It looks like the Lexus is suffering a little bit of chronic understeer. Oh, Papelio, stop go, 30 seconds. Oh, someone has binned it as well going into the bus stop chicane, car 76. That's Danny Fraser. Just managed to get back on circuit as well. Let's find out what happened to Danny. There he is. So, what have you done, Danny? Ooh, Lachamont. And he's just gone for a little ride. He's glanced the wall. Do a nice little 360, and he will keep it going. I think.
Try to take the old route, I reckon. The old bus stop.
Yep.
That was a nice. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I'd give that a 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5.
Yeah.
Ah, you went to
Yeah,
public
but,
school.
I did actually, yeah.
Yeah, it was a nice rotation with the wall tap, so yeah.
I still could be in public school,
Ah.
but I chose to work instead.
Probably the right decision.
Definitely was.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, another year might have helped.
I mean, I was failing every class, so why would I go for another year?
Well, yes, that's, yeah. Oh, who is that? That is Justin Marshall. He has found the fence coming out of Stavlot. Well, Justin's having a bit of a character building night. Certainly tough going in these conditions on this circuit. And Cam Norris into pit lane. He doesn't want to have that pit stop up his sleeve in case the wet weather goes away.
Yeah. Is it not showing damage or anything? No,
Well, the car's looking pristine. Maybe just maybe he knows something we don't.
It's got not much fuel.
Oh, I'd be
That's
surprised.
2020. Could be your 2020 again.
Yeah, but he didn't
Coming
make
up
his
to-
he didn't make his
Oh, he
first didn't make
Yeah.
didn't make his first pit stop until 30 minutes into the race. So I'd be very surprised if he was running low on fuel.
Battle brewing up here between Bracken and Macbeth as well.
Yeah, sort of been keeping an eye on these two. Like I said, Macbeth, he seems to be struggling with some chronic understeer in the big, thick Lexus.
Just had a bit of an oversteer moment coming out of Stavelo.
Whatever the case may be, the Lexus is just not looking real happy here tonight. Look out the back of the Lexus. The real problem for Bracken will be that once we get past this stage here, he's not really going to get a chance to get around the Lexus because we know how quick the Lexus is in a straight line. Although saying that, Bracken's had a really clean run through Eau Rouge.
It's off, yeah. Ooh.
No, here we go. Macbeth has just wound up the Lexus and he's just said goodbye.
It's not really gaining too much on the straight, just the last little bit of it, really.
That's all you need.
And the Porsche's pretty much better everywhere else in
Pretty
terms
well,
of
yep.
yeah.
Oh, Sam drives this
He's-
hard.
Have noticed with Bracken, he keeps braking extremely late and is going very wide out of some corners, especially with Source.
You're taking the double apex approach rather than the single hold.
Well, I personally prefer the double apex through that turn myself. Oh, that was interesting. Did you see the brake lights flash on Macbeth's car? He is really struggling with understeer in this Lexus.
Yeah, nothing like someone on behind you just to make you squeeze.
Is it just me, or is the rain starting to get lighter already?
Yeah, it is. Alright. Yeah, 15 minutes and it'll be light rain. Once more.
I think maybe Cam Norris has made the right decision then and pitted. Ooh, Sam Bracken wide coming through Le Chamont. He's really throwing everything he can against the Lexus, but he's really powerless the moment it gets anything remotely straight. That Lexus just takes off.
Yeah, he needs to really get him around in the second sector if he wants to make a move.
And then he's got
nice 369. Yeah, he's doing alright. The Lexus does sound good. I've been.
It's got a nice throaty roar to it, doesn't it?
Mm.
I prefer the Porsche, because I am in fact a Porsche fanboy,
Yeah, we've learnt that about you.
and I'm gonna keep saying that.
Oh, by the way, I did watch back through the broadcast you did for GT Club. Like the little shout out there, you know.
Mm.
Probably won't like the Porsche if your name is Matt Nippers. Yep, that's fair. Fair.
I mean, I'm not wrong, am I?
Oh no, you're not wrong at all.
And I'll prove that the Porsche is better by beating you in the next race that we have for the WEC.
But it doesn't look like we'll have anyone to witness it, so you won't be able to prove it. Oh no.
I'll find someone.
Oh no.
I'll stream it myself.
Yeah.
I'll do both commentary and race.
Whew, this is a bit of a spicy prediction here from a equally spicy name. Prediction: Leicester wins. Ooh. Yes, actually, I'm inclined to agree with that. Just looking at the gap between. Well, I mean, Slow and Matterford still need to make their second pit stop. So yeah, it's not really a spicy prediction. That's more of a yeah, it's gonna happen.
He doesn't bugger anything up, which is a good chance he might.
Oh,
He'll
that's
win.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. It's still Leicester we're talking about. He can find a way to stuff it up. Yeah, hang on. 808. Oh, I can't really say the rest of that name on stream.
Eat my hat.
Yeah, eat the hat. Yeah, thanks, Mad Crab. You filled in my point. Knowing Dill, he's not real good at the fuel numbers. I still remember a time that I took fuel advice from him, and I ran out of fuel on the last lap.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad with fuel as well, but I tend to overfuel it by about 10 laps or something.
Hey, you're not going to lose the race because of 10 laps of fuel, but you'll definitely lose it with one less lap.
Oh, the
Whoa, that was tight.
Oh, there he is.
He's taken the best line through there, I reckon.
Yeah, it hasn't helped him though because well, Macbeth has been able to keep the momentum up, and well, we're on something that resembles a straight, and the Porsche's behind a Lexus, and the Porsche's not exactly the fastest car in a straight line.
Sounds the best in a straight line though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the sound of the Porsche, but just hate driving them. They're awful cars to drive.
They're amazing to drive. I've been driving the Porsche a lot with that mod for the WEC, and I just love it.
Yeah.
I've driven it around Macau, and that's I find that pretty good.
Well, Macau would suit the Porsche. because you need that quick rotation as John Slow enters the pit lane, and I would say Jared Matterford has entered pit lane as well. No, Matterford has not. Never mind. Matterford is running out of time. He'll need to dive into pit lane soon. So we continue to watch this battle between Macbeth and Bracken. Oh, big slide there for Macbeth. This might give Bracken a chance. If only he was in something that wasn't a Porsche. Although, as I say, that's closing in right on the back of the Lexus. Coming up to Lashamont, he might be in striking distance at the bus stop chicane, but he's going to run very wide.
No, he takes a preferred line.
He's going to look around the outside. This is what he's going to do. He's going to force Macbeth narrow and then try and get the late apex onto the main straight.
Can't quite do it.
Still close enough for a big old lunge. Sam, just send it. Yes, Sam. Oh, no, he decides not to.
That's why he almost lost it coming back behind him.
I think he sort of panic braked and realised he may have gone into he might go into the back of the Lexus and panicked even more.
But he's got a good run.
He's got a good run, but now we're onto the Kemmel Straight.
As long as he sticks behind him, keeps the slipstream.
Oh, here we go.
Nah.
Bracken backs out of it. But he's really close this lap. He just needs to stay on line. He may get a chance down the hill. Into Brussels. No, Macbeth covers it. Oh, Sam, very deep.
Late apex.
He ends up, yeah, he had to take the go-kart line on the way to No Name. He's got good drive now going into Puhon. Oh, that was really tight actually. That was uncomfortably tight between Macbeth and Bracken. The screws are definitely being turned on Nicholas Macbeth. He's handling the pressure quite well, I have to say.
He's been pretty tidy, eh? He hasn't really put a foot wrong. And you've got a man behind you. What's the time difference? Yeah, best laps. Porsche's got it. About 2 seconds, just at 1.7, 1.8 seconds far quicker on the best lap.
Yeah, the times each lap aren't too different. The Porsche's a 10th quicker last lap. See what they come to at the line. Probably be similar again.
Well, behind him.
Well, yeah, Bracken can't really do much because the Lexus is just
you never
doing
know.
enough. Honor
35 watt.
Honor and Fraser are, well, they were nose to tail, but looks like Fraser has just let Honor through. Fraser still needs to do a pit stop. Here we go again. So good drive out of the source from Bracken. See how they get through Eau Rouge and Radiant. Oh, both pushing the limits with track limits. I think Bracken's just now trying to set himself up for a run into Brussels. Or Brussels, I believe it is. Just gets a little bit too much wheel spin coming out of the Lacoon. Both these guys are driving really well. I get a sense that Sam Bracken is the man with the obvious advantage. Macbeth is probably driving a little bit hamstrung. That Lexus is just not doing what he wants it to do. But, either way, both these guys are driving quite mistake-free
So far.
so far.
Hey, the Medisford and Macbeth were your points leaders. 424 points for Medisford. Beth in second with 400. So there would have been. It was on this race. So Leicester taking that spot back now as Medisford's in the pits. CL, he should be alright, but say Medisford Beth would have been a showdown race. So
Well, it's not over yet. I mean, it's a long pit lane here. And then
gold.
Beth.
Gold, 100 points. 100 points for the win here.
I think for Matterford, he's just left it a little bit too late. Don't know that he'll get much of an advantage from newer tyres.
The Porsche's right on the back of the Lexus now.
Here we go. So you watch this. Bracken will just
Away
move up the
inside.
inside. Late on the brakes. He's got to pull it up now.
Just about.
Macbeth will just try and...
the other side.
Good move there by Sam Bracken, but now he's got to stay ahead of the Lexus, and we're just about to hit the Camel Straight. Beth almost looking for a move into Eau Rouge. Beth just taking the best line ever.
Yeah. No, it's a proper line. What do you mean?
Here we go. So here comes Macbeth. You can see the horsepower of this Lexus. Look at him go. He's just slurping up that gap. But just not enough space.
Yeah, if you got the hill right, you would have been able to keep it pinned. You would have probably got that.
Jared Matterford has just completed his pit stop, and he's going to come out just behind John Slow. So he'll be down in 10th place. So what does this do for the championship?
Who right what?
Well, Matterford is now down in 10th place.
So there's 3 positions. I think there's only 12, 18. Well, that'll make it fairly close. So 24-point difference. Usually first and second is 14 points difference between first and second given out on the table, and then it drops down to 72. Further, so if we translate that down, it's pretty close. Macbeth definitely wants that 6th place back. Oh, she's down another more. Down to 10th. Now we're no, that's the same as before. He wants that 6th place. Although the Porsche's driving away.
Yeah, I don't think Matterford's really going to catch up anything with just 6 minutes left in the race. He probably needed to make that.
He's still got a pit.
And he does. He hasn't forgotten, has he?
Left it a bit late. Wait, did he have a drive-through?
No. I don't think he did.
I think 4 places will do it.
Whoa, what's happened here? Oh, I've disconnected from the server, have I? Okay.
Oh dear.
Well, you don't want to miss this.
I just saw the Porsche like fully stop La Source and turn around.
And no Porsche, no.
No, Porsche doing Porsche things.
Yeah, what?
I
Fully stop.
I can understand why you were I can understand why you were confused. Because that's just normal Porsche behaviour.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
Porsche just rotate. You know it.
That's why they're good.
Yeah. Sometimes they rotate more than what you want them to, though.
I find that I found a right balance with them.
Yeah, sure you have.
Yeah.
I think you need a wager on this race you're having.
Yeah. Sounds like we've got to volunteer to broadcast.
Alright.
Dum dum dum, the showdown between
Oh.
commentators.
That's what people want to see.
I'm gonna put 1,000 hours into the next race.
Oof.
That you'll need. If you need 1,000 hours, Porsche can't be that good.
Yeah.
Nah, just so I can get consistently quick.
Porsche can't be that good then.
Yeah. Can't be that good.
Alright. Alright.
You're like,
That's just beaten into submission. That is.
I'm ready to go now, is what you say.
Oh, this is a crucial battle. Oh, no, okay, it's fine, John. Just rob us of that battle. So Matterford picks up another position. He's actually flying at the moment, and well, once Fraser comes in, he should claim 8th. In fact, I am not seeing Fraser come in. Does Danny Fraser know he has to make another pit stop? Danny, I know you're listening on the stream, mate. You have another pit stop. You need to make it. Probably sitting there going, "Oh, now you tell us."
Yeah, I think his tyres might be a bit worn. Let's see if...
I think we've just been robbed of another battle because Aaron Muriel was just allowed through by Justin Marshall. Guys, it's the last 3 minutes of the race, guys. Come on, give us a battle. Oh. I feel cheated. We're getting set to wrap up this race. Our leader, Dylan Lester, he'll be starting his final lap next time by. It's been a pretty good drive from Dylan. We sort of come to expect that from Dylan these days, don't we?
No.
No?
Yeah, you know, he's sort of been pretty consistent tonight. He's not a foot wrong, been pretty good. Good strat. Been quick all day. Fastest lap.
There's still a lap left, so anything could happen.
Well, the only thing that lets him down these days is his maths with fuel.
And his girly ankle.
Sorry, his what? His girly hand.
Girly ankles.
Oh, yeah, girly ankles. Yes, yes, yes. So here we go, final lap now. There's no indication that says that he is trying to save fuel or anything, so I'd say Dylan is on his way to a race win.
Yeah, well deserved. So yeah, last lap 1:31.3, which is what one of the quickest times at the current. So he's on pace, not saving, good to go. Run it home.
Unless he hasn't been looking at his fuel numbers.
And then we're in for a treat.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if Fraser has realised that he needs to pit, and
Yes,
he has.
good.
He has.
Oh, this is a very interesting strategy. This is the Michael Schumacher strategy.
Now,
No, he would pit on the very final lap, not the second to last.
yeah, so yeah, Medford has got that 9th place. If Fraser's down, Macbeth is in front. Does Medford get the Fraser jump as well?
Oh, he should. Easy. Easy, he'll get it. It's a massive, long pit lane, so yeah, Matterford will. Yeah, Matterford will jump up to 8th. Jeez, no one's really been able to. Well, Hono was able to keep Leicester honest in the early stages of this race. But no, the last half of this race has just been all Dylan Lester. I wouldn't be surprised if we had a few people that were banking on a wet, dry race. In fact, just as I say that, rain stops. We really need this race to go for another 30 minutes, I reckon.
That would be
as Del Lester comes up towards Lashmont for the last time tonight. No heroics through there, even drops it down a gear. It looks as though Eat08 has given us accurate information. He's put in 8 litres more than what he needs to, because he rounds the final corner, and Dylan Lester, the winner of tonight's race. Well done, Dylan Lester.
Finished the race.
Congrats.
And coming home in second, an equally impressive drive from Adrian Rice. I don't think Rice really did well in qualifying, so that's not a bad effort from him. And then for third, we will have James Honor. He will slip and slide the McLaren across the line for third. And, well, technically first in silver. Not a bad effort. Cameron Norris, actually, Norris had a really good run as well. He comes home in 4th place. He does a little bit of Scandinavian flicking.
Giggity.
Yeah, flickety flick. Nicholas Macbeth holds on to 6th. And we'll just wait and see where Matterford comes home in. Although, pretty well, he should be safe in 8th. But, yeah, I don't know anything about the maths.
Yeah, I don't. Ooh, the points drop. The points drops off as you get further down, so it'll almost have to be a wait and see.
Yep, we'll leave it up to Cam. Cam knows what he's doing with points.
Yeah, only 2 position difference. It's probably a bit of a safe bet. Medford's probably got it in the bag, but it'll only be within 10 points. So,
so
pretty tight finish. So.
Well, we'll call it a win for Jared Matterford as he bins it into the fence. Not once, but twice. Okay. Interesting way to celebrate a championship win, that's for sure. So, let's return to the garage because we're only waiting on Chris Bradley and Danny Fraser. Where is Danny? There he is. Ah, what a glorious sound. So, as we'll run through the finishing order for the night's race. So, Dill Lester, your winner ahead of Adrian Rice. And, no, that's not right. Oh, okay, we've actually got a show here. Never mind. That's actually not a bad effort there from Danny Fraser. In fact, he doesn't actually cross the line. Oh, yes, he does. He's a DNF. Ah, well. No, he is a finish. He is a finish. So, no, that's what he spent the last 60 minutes practicing. He's just been practicing his donuts. I have to say, that's not a bad effort from Danny Fraser. Oh, there we go.
I'll give that a 7 out of 3.
Alright, well, let's run through some results here. So, Dylan Lester ahead of Adrian Rice and James Honor. Norris and Bracken. Bracken, great performance from Sam Bracken, because I just want to remind you, Sam Bracken down in 13th after qualifying. So,
Because he's in a Porsche.
yeah, there we go. Turn it up. Macbeth home in 6th, Noble in 7th, Matterford 8th, Slow in 9th. Danny Fraser, a top 10 for Danny Fraser in the old Aston Martin. That's pretty good effort from him, I have to say. Rain is the great equaliser, as they say. Huddy, Muriel, Marshall, Papelio, and Bradley rounding out the order. Driver of the race. Who are your nominations, gentlemen?
I think you know who mine is.
It's going to be Bracken, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah, that was a pretty decent race for the man. I think, I don't know, probably the slow and steady, the straight and narrow. Leicester doing pretty good there. Pretty clean, they didn't put a foot wrong. Perfect race.
Yeah, I'm going to have to lean with Sam Bracken as well. 'Cause to come back from 13th in those conditions to finish up in 5th. That's a fair effort.
Be good.
Yeah, I mean, I had to take points from him for being in a Porsche, but you know, whatever.
I think I took
It's
too
not
many.
that bad.
Porsches are that bad.
They aren't.
I'll fight.
You're just bad with
I'll
them.
fight anyone who says otherwise. I'll fight anyone.
You're just bad with the Porsche.
Plenty of Porsches finishing behind me on Saturday night. Just saying.
There was only 2, so.
That's not
And
even
you
count-
did win, so
Yeah.
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 I mean the LMPs that they beat you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
this guy. Oh well.
I always come out on top.
So you say. Right. Well, I guess we'd better run through what we've got left for this week of streaming. So it's finally happening this Friday. TA2 with GT Club. That starts Friday night. I'm really looking forward to this one. God, TA2 is so much fun. So yeah, make sure you hit the follow button and I don't know, whatever, turn on notifications so you don't miss the streams when we go live. But yeah, TA2 on Friday night with GT Club. That's going to be really exciting. And then of course on Sunday night we have got the next round of the AK Racing V8 Supercar Series from Albert Park. That's going to be pretty epic. Tyler, you're really looking forward to both of them. I think you're racing GT Club as well, aren't you?
That's the WEC I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in TA2 as well.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
One V8 Supercar Series is good enough.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Not a bad entry list. 25 drivers for TA2. That's going to be, it's going to be spicy. But, yeah, V8 Supercars on Sunday night. Not looking forward to it by the sounds of things.
Yeah, it's not that I'm looking forward to it. It just feels boring driving around Albert Park, really.
Track is a track.
Yeah, it's not really a good track in my opinion.
Actually, I don't mind Albert Park. It's a good track. What are you talking about? And I think that is about it. That's all we've got lined up. Not really sure what Shakedown's got lined up. I'll just have a quick look. Thought there was a talk about a GT4 series. Is that right, Naptic?
Yeah, they were throwing the idea about doing a bit of a GT4. Yeah, there's a couple of other places sort of doing the same sort of thing. So they start a bit of GT4 hype, get something going on it. I think they were saying they just did the GT4 multi-league last weekend or weekend or something rather there. So there's a bit of GT4ing. So
Okay.
not sure if it's finalised or what the go is there, but.
I'll definitely keep an eye on their Discord. So yeah, I think that's about it for tonight. Not a bad night of racing, if I don't mind saying so myself. Wet spa, and we only handed out a few bins by the looks of things. We only handed out 6 bins. Interesting. Thought there were a lot more moments than that. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
there is. Actually, they do GD3. I think it might be on PlayStation, or is it? Can't remember. Yeah, played PS5. Yeah, they're doing it on console at the moment, but yeah, may come over to the PCs.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that GT4 comes over to PC, because certainly would be something different for us to stream. Yeah. Alright then, well, I think we may as well call it there. Yeah, big thank you to everyone for joining us in chat. Thank you to Tyler Craig and Naptic for joining me in the commentary box for that 1 hour of racing. And we'll see you on Friday night. Till then.
Thank you.
Yeah, until then, everyone. Hit follow and the notification bell. Right then. Bye.